Here we go.
I don't feel like conversation right now.
Yeah, me neither.
I took like a 2-day break. What happened? I mean, we went to the place and got this, and Bode escaped. But why are you guys so
Get over
mopey?
here, kid. We're about to land.
Dude, I was here the entire time. Okay, I was waiting on you. Yeah, I don't know why they're so mopey. The background with the textures, it gets me every time. And now we're back to this. I don't know why. I mean, it didn't let us... it didn't let us change outfits. And then we landed, and there was like, boom, different outfit now. Which... I mean, alright. Now, gotta say, PC version does not like the Mantis. I don't know. Hello, you're red.
You know your way around Kobo, don't you?
I would hope it does. Hello. Okay then, you just turn away. And textures? Maybe this is just a me thing, but I kind of like how scuffed the game is. I don't like it crashing. I think we fixed that, though. Because, I mean, it hasn't happened in a while, so... Hello. I get that that's loading screen, but oof. Hello, Grease. You got here fast. Now, something about the crashing on PCs, it happened... Like, it happened 3 times, and 2 times it happened back-to-back. Like, on the same day. And those were the second and third times. The first time happened a little earlier, but what ended up happening was there was, like, a graphics driver update roughly a week after that, and it hasn't happened since then. So...
I don't want to know how this got there.
You know what? We're not gonna question it.
Clean it up a little, buddy.
These are some dirty mirrors. Grays. You might want to clean those up. Now, I haven't checked around this whole place, so I figured...
Let's see what we find up here.
Might as well start with sniffing up. Like, sniffing around this place.
Ah, lad! Cast your eyes over this beauteous tank.
Glad you came around to it.
It didn't make a fetching first impression. Have a mind to give it a third scrubbing. Cleaning the filter, you'd think someone tried to crab a moth through a sieve.
Can't unhear that.
I didn't understand a word that he said, so I don't think it
It's
matters.
true then? Nicked that droid back from the raiders, did you?
I don't think we met.
Oh, blast. Sorry about that. Came at you like a rock, I did. Call me Ha. Been here longer than any of these greenhorns. Except Doma, and Gulu, and Guido, and old Toll, of course. But,
I've been here longer than anyone else, except for these 75 people.
she's... blast, there I go again. Cal, is it?
Right. This is BD.
Damn fine to meet you two. Damn fine.
All right. I'm a new shop.
These might aid you. Mine. Just look at it.
Huh. So these are what the data discs are for. A new perk slot would be nice. No. Deal extra damage temporarily after switching lightsaber stances. I can definitely see how that'd be good.
People were more decisive back in my day.
Gain more experience from defeating enemies. That sounds
wrong
very
with
good.
this.
Certainly, Cal.
Healing stims will also fill a small amount of the super... What's a super meter? You know what? Don't care.
Remarkable, isn't it?
Oh. Regenerate a small amount of force meter over time, but maximum force meter is reduced. This is very
I'll
nice.
grab this one.
A most wise decision.
That's what I want with health. Honestly. Like, anything that's just passive regeneration, I love. Absorb one hit without being interrupted while sprinting. No. Oh, we got stuff for BD. I don't care about that.
Done.
Would rather get this. Okay. Can we... We can do this next time. For now. Oh, right, it's at meditation stations.
We're close to finishing this. One way or another.
Yeah. Keep thinking about what happened on Nova Garon.
I know. Just don't brood so much that you lose your edge. We're counting on you.
Yeah. I understand.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Kel tried to kill someone. It's been a few days. So before, I've been replaying Elden Ring. I want to go through and beat every single boss on 4 different characters. Or like 4 different builds. And then rank all the bosses. Based on like how much fun I had and how well balanced they are for all 4 builds. 1 dex, 1 strength, 1 intelligent sorcery, 1 faith incantation.
Ah, I was hoping you'd find seeds like that. Put one in the ground. I'll share what I've learned.
Ooh. The frame rate is in the negative digits. You discover the rooftop garden at Pyloon Saloon, where you can plant seeds discovered on your journey. Cut special flora to collect seed pods, which contain multiple seeds. Some pods contain new colors. Plants come in different sizes, with larger ones requiring more space to grow. You can unlock additional plots and gardening abilities by growing all your plants to full size and recruiting a gardener.
Alright, let's try planting these seeds we found.
Is this all we have? You look kind of ugly,
Species for the garden.
so you
Let's
go
talk to
in the
Peely about
corner.
it.
Oh, BD1 plants it. Oh, that's adorable.
And planted.
And we'll give you a friend because... Why not? Everyone deserves a friend. And... And now we can get to the
I see you
garden
found
easier.
new seeds. Plant one, and I'll tell you all about it.
Hi,
Why?
Peely.
So far, Kobo has been a welcoming home, and this rooftop's energy drew me towards it.
You feel a connection to this garden.
Yes, we will help each other grow.
Looks like you've already started.
Divines, Yes, they sprouted overnight. But there's so much more to discover. If you plant new seeds, I'll tell you all about them. But, much like healthy roots, do not overextend yourself. Grow the plants we have, and I'll clear more garden space in due time.
I don't know why they scare me.
New seeds. Plant one. I'll share its details.
What is BD1 doing?
Fascinating. Finish planting it, and I'll tell you what I know.
What is BD1 doing? What are you doing? BD1 confuses me. I mean, I don't know what else to say. BD1 is an enigma.
Excellent. A new species.
Shush. Door. Door, please. Frame rate, please. The game on PC is super scuffed. But I kinda like it. I don't like...
Welcome, welcome. Make yourself at home.
Barkeep.
Good to see you. Cal.
Absolutely love this. How you can just hang out, look around the bar.
I've seen some long faces. Yours is still the longest I've seen in some time.
Am I that easy to read?
No, you're positively inscrutable. I just happen to be an expert. Now, what's on your mind?
I lost some people close to me. Wounds still fresh.
I'll bend an ear, if you're so inclined.
If it wasn't for me, some friends of mine would still be alive.
I doubt that. Most things in this galaxy are out of our control. What we can control is how we react to what the galaxy throws at us.
Good advice, Monk. I'll try to follow. Till next time, pal.
But that's super nice. Hello.
Greetings, Sojourner.
Just Cal will
It will not.
Sojourn?
do. Okay. You don't look like the other prospectors.
No. Bay on Earth reaches. Too locked excavates that which cannot be so easily grasped.
A lot
Information.
of credits in that line of work.
Wisdom is a good that never decays and is always in short supply.
Yep. Knowledge, information. A fortune teller.
Let's see here.
Whoa. You can't just...
Cue the music.
You can't throw stuff like this at us. Not ready for that.
Hey, glad you both found Pyloons all right.
Thanks again for the invite. Name's Ash Javi, by the way.
I'm Cal. This is
Who are
BD1.
you?
Man, you didn't tell me what a dive this place would be. This saloon has wonky acoustics, weirder customers, and a barely functional refresher. It's perfect.
Can't wait to hear what you've got. Pretty sure Grease's old jukebox predates the High Republic.
We got you, Cal. Hit up DDEC if you want to hear anything specific.
I will. Thanks.
Oh, yeah. I saw these two and I went, are these the two from the Lucre Hulk? But no, it's her and the DJ robot. They were just a really minor thing at the time. It was someone hanging out, doing some beatboxing. So I never really thought about it.
Always something to do.
But, alright, we can get out of here. And we probably have stuff to do outside? Well, probably, right? That... Door. There you go. Right, so... excuse me? Excuse me? Are we supposed to go to here or like this thing? Or this thing? Or this thing? Or, I mean, there's...
Let's go.
Did you come from inside the building? You know, I'm not gonna ask questions. But yeah, the game on PC is just really scuffed. I say as the frame rate hits 0. But that's part of the reason why, or one of the reasons why I like it. Because, like, obviously it would be better if the game wasn't jank and hitting 0 FPS at times. Like, it'd obviously be better if the game ran smoothly. And why did my force bar appear? But there's a certain charm in everything being broken constantly. Oh, purple one. Oh, big enemy. Oh, frame rate. That says undiscovered area. What's undiscovered? Oh, wait, hold on. No. No, I'm friendly. I'm friendly and unable to get up. Cal? Put that thing away. Is this the undiscovered? You know... Do you hear that? Like, seriously, I'm just trying to exist.
I need something, buddy.
And then everything in the... like, everything on this planet wants to kill you. Yeah, you guys fight it out. Why does everything on this planet want to kill you? This is the first planet. This is the first planet after the tutorial. And absolutely everything wants you dead. Look at this. I cannot go 2 feet without something trying to kill us. All I want to do is figure out how to open this door. And there's just mass murder and death at every turn. Now it says open path right there. But, ooh. Of course. Unbelievable. First planet, post-tutorial, and everything wants you dead. How long was this thing trapped in here? All of that for some new BD1 legs. Wow. Why did it say shortcut, though? That's not a shortcut. Like, game, please. What's that, though? Unheard echo. Where's that? Yeah, I'll figure it out later. What we need to figure out now is how to get into there. Kinda looks like you can from here. Which means lots of running around. And those are droids that we don't want to deal with. There's a cave hole, there's a cave hole. Both of which are undiscovered areas, apparently. Don't shoot my cat, horse, whatever it is. Don't shoot it. Unbelievable. 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 Like I said, this is the first planet post-tutorial.
That door wouldn't last against a roller mine. Where are we gonna find one around here?
You know, Cal, I kinda don't care enough. While we're recording, at least. To figure that one out. So we're just gonna move on. Yep. Alright. Cat, come here.
No scanning, okay, BD?
BD1 just wants to live out their life, man. Let them have hobbies. Let BD1 have hobbies. As long as it doesn't get us killed. And I mean, hey.
Check it out.
It could give us useful or interesting information. Does that mean that we're going to use that information? No. But that is information nonetheless. don't know why Cal didn't feel like double jumping there. Considering I pressed the jump button twice. But see, it's like I jumped twice and he didn't grab on, and then I jumped twice again and then he grabbed on, like... Sometimes Cal doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Sometimes Cal confuses me. Come on. Yoink.
Shard. Let's trade it at Doma's shop.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's also kill this thing. Just a little... Oh.
Help me.
Okay. Okay. Cal.
I need a spin, buddy.
Why is there such a Goliath gap between when I press a button and when Cal actually does an action? It doesn't make sense to me. Mostly because it only happens in combat, and even then it only sometimes happens in combat. Kick over the rocks. Like I said, it just doesn't make sense to me. Right, but forward and slightly right. Hello. Oh, well, guess we can't do that.
Lot of them chatter on the comms, kid. How you doing?
Just reached the control center. I'll let you know if I run into any trouble.
Welcome. I am Centauri Kree, the director of this experimental facility. Safety protocols require one person to remain here while the arrays are active.
Breeze, unless one of us is gonna stay behind, we need someone here to activate the arrays.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll ask around. See if anyone's got a death wish. Maybe Turgle?
Maybe not Turtle.
Well, you don't trust Turgle? But I kind of wasn't expecting this, because I've come here before. Twice. And I forgot to set up a timer. Which...
I need to focus.
I reminded myself to set up a timer. And then I forgot to set up a timer. So... yeah, force regen. Beautiful. Beautiful. By confusion. Max stims. Which, no. And more experience from defeating enemies. More experience from defeating enemies would be nice, but it would require getting rid of the being able to take one hit uninterrupted and either block meter or force regen, which I would rather not. That'll be good for when I'm done recording and...
Herd's troopers. What are they doing here? Help!
when I'm like... when I'm grinding for levels near the end of the game. Beautiful. I pressed block, but Cal didn't block, so that's cool. But stab. we're just gonna do that.
Fight with me.
Okay. And you can die as well. Oh my god.
I need one.
Cal, please.
Help me out.
Like I said, the combat is just chock full of I'll press a button and then Cal will do the action a full like 2 seconds later. And so the game has just become a button mash where it's just me hoping that I can do the same action 30 times and not get punished. Because sometimes that's all I can do. Not always. Like, sometimes the combat works. As intended. And there's no massive delays. But then, sometimes there is. Cap. Oh my god. I spammed that. Like, I spammed confusion for so long. Without actually... Do you hear this? That's what I was doing, and Cal just decided.
Let's fight together.
Okay. But yeah, that's what I was doing. And Cal just kind of decided that he didn't feel like blocking. Hi. And it's like every... It's like all of those I have to press the button so extremely early. Or else I just get hit. Because the button well, like I said, this has turned into a button mash. Because of how delayed some of the button presses are. And like I said, it's not always super delayed, just sometimes. usually the bigger fights where there are a ton of enemies and there's a lot going on and a lot for the game to process. It's usually those fights. Like, the small, like, 1 to 2, 3, maybe 4 enemies, it's fine. You can pause and read that if you want.
Maybe Bo told him we were coming.
Hopefully I can go and rest without having to do that again.
Let's stop for a moment.
Because I was out of stim packs. I was like, God. That would have sucked if we had to do it again.
Crane must have locked down the facility when they evacuated. That's not gonna stop us.
I forgot Cal can do that now. He just tapped into the angry side.
To the observation deck to initiate alignment.
Huh. Gotta hand it to Cree. She thought of everything.
Flashbang? And we're outside. Look, the beautiful outside. Where there's laser beams pointing into the sky. And, God, it's so bright in here. It is so bright in here. It is painfully bright in here.
From here. I guess the lift doesn't work from here.
You know, it doesn't. Cutscene, though. Hopefully, it becomes less bright in the cutscene.
See? You made it.
Breeze informed me you're in need of assistance, so here I am.
It's a long trip. Couldn't have been easy.
I might be 200 years old, but I'm as spry as a Padawan. Amazing. Oh, Cal, this is simply amazing.
Can you start the arrays when we're in position?
Oh, I stand ready for your order. It would be my honor to see Master Kree's dream alive once more.
We're your master.
Okay. The arrays. Again, you can pause and read that if you want. Ooh, Tanalorr. Again, you can pause and read that if you want.
Time to head back to the Mantis, buddy.
I probably will in editing.
I'm not thrilled about it either. It's the only way we're getting to Tanalorr.
Are we actually going to be heading there, or are we going to be able to play and move around? Or is it going to be cutscene and then Empire shows up? Well, Ravis isn't going to be showing up, I know, because we killed him. And this is a long way down. There we go. And Dagon isn't going to be showing up, because I'm pretty sure we killed him, right? Didn't we kill him? I think we killed him. Oh, we can't do our hand wave. Hope they don't fire first. I mean, don't worry, man. They're not gonna fire first. Not with this frame rate. Are we supposed to be heading back to the Mantis? We are. New characters of conversation. I am good. Oh, Pidroid. 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 Hello? Hello? Pidroid. Good talk, good talk. Any updates?
Let's get out there.
Team? Crew? Guys? Tanalorr? It says 0% explored, so I'm assuming we can explore it. So, Grease, there was one time where you were, like, standing up, and you were, like, halfway through the seat, and I think you were T-posing? You want to explain that one? You want to talk about that? You want to let us in on the secret and how you did that? Because I'd like to know.
For a bumpy ride.
Interact with the holotable. Are we gonna get a cutscene? Cutscene!
Cal, is it time?
We're heading to the abyss now. Fire up the arrays.
I'll be monitoring your progress from here. May the Force be with you all.
And you, Z.
Well, what do you think is taking Z so long?
Dagengara was the only person to live through what we're about to do.
At least we will die together.
Hey, great pep talk, kids. Hopefully they can fit that on my tombstone.
Look.
Wow. Here we go. I know. You want to fly this thing?
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. I'll bet that's what all the other poor saps said right before they were torn into Vortex Chow. Great. Now it's an obstacle course. Coming too fast?
But you are faster. Stop piloting and start flying.
I'm rerouting power from deflectors to the engines.
What are you, crazy? You're trading safety for speed.
Exactly. We're all in on you, buddy.
You're right. It's my ship, ain't it? Greasy does it, baby! Hey, wait a minute. Is it me, or is this tunnel getting a tad cozy?
It's not just you. Z, what's going on?
The arrays are overloading. There's nothing I can do.
We need to go faster.
I'm going as fast as I can. Wait a minute. Are you crazy? If you jump into hyperspace blind, they'll be picking up pieces of the Mantis all over the outer rim.
Do you trust me?
You know I do, Cal. Let her ride.
did it, you three-armed son of a Gundar!
Well, at least none of us lost our cool. Huh. Wow. I hope it's worth it.
The Abyss. Also, the sky looked really cool. Piloting through the very heart of the Cabo Abyss, Grease at last rediscovered his lost confidence, deftly maneuvering through the debris of starship wreckage. However, around them, the path began to fray and collapse as the arrays on Cabo began to fail. I mean, yeah, because they're hundreds, if not thousands of years old. That makes sense. Hearing the voice of Seer in his mind, Cal drew upon the lessons of his former mentor to guide his hand, trusting in the Force and pulling the hyperdrive controls, launching the Mantis into a blind jump. The Mantis skips through hyperspace and, after a tense moment, emerges on approach to a beautiful blue-green world, Tanalorr. And the rocks are actually rocks on this planet. The textures are actually textured. Good job, buddy.
This is it. Tanalorr. You and Marin be careful out there, okay? Yeah, you too, BD.
We'll all be okay, Grease.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Cal. I don't plan on living out my days on this rock, especially not with that traitor.
We'll be back soon.
What traitor? What do you mean, traitor? Rest just because we always rest? And now we got Marin to help carry us through all the fights. Because we're not doing it. And a new planet, lots of new scannables. Overlooking a natural vista, Jedi of old often frequented this spot to clear their minds and find calm within themselves. This would be a very nice place to calm your mind. It's a very beautiful planet. Lots of blues and purples. And very clear water. Maybe Bode was right. Maybe we shouldn't give this to the hidden path.
So this is Tanalorr.
Not what you were expecting?
I don't know what I was expecting. So much has changed since I first heard its name.
Like, we should just keep this for ourselves.
The temple's this way. Dagon and Centauri Kree planned their future here.
And look where it got them.
Well, I mean, they're hundreds, if not thousands of years old, so, they probably should be dead. That's how aging works. I don't see how there's anything wrong with that. Beautiful mountain. Cal?
Bode will not let this end peacefully. He has already used fatherhood to justify betrayal and murder. Now we have him cornered, with nowhere else to run. He will kill or be killed.
Again?
Well, say something!
Bode was right.
You're right. But what about Kata? She's not much younger than we were when our families were taken from us.
I know.
You and I will carry that loss for the rest of our lives. But Kata still has a chance.
Yes, she does. Very well. We will give Bode the choice to stand down. For Kata's sake.
And ours.
I'm not sure if Bode is gonna take that. I don't think he's gonna take that opportunity. Marin, you don't have to teleport. The unexpected invasion of Tanalorr forced the Order to flee their new sanctuary. How the Nihil, I don't know, discovered Tanalorr remains a mystery. I mean, they probably watched other people go to this mystery planet and went, what if we do that? What's batting their wings? Why does this look like a boss arena?
I keep thinking about something Seer once said.
Oh no, I thought this was land, never mind.
Every Jedi faces the dark side. I feel so much hatred towards Bode.
Seer won her battle with the dark side. You will too.
He's still here.
Good.
Yeah, that was something that I was wondering, like, while watching the cutscene, is they said that only Dagon made it through the Kobo Abyss. What if that has something to do with, like, the shape of the ship? Because, like, obviously big ships are going to get hit more by debris. Very pretty ocean. But what if you need, like, a very small, fast ship? Like an A-Wing. I think it was the A-Wings that were the, like, really, really fast ones that had, like, no health. Oh, Bode, are you in there? Beautiful. But yeah, because, like, the Mantis has, like, a giant fin thing sticking up out of the top of it, which makes it very easy to get hit by debris.
Fall back to the temple. The Nile are enveloping our position. Master Gera, that is an order.
Nile. The Jedi, led by Dagon Gera, make their last ill-fated stand against the invading forces. Well, I thought that was a meditation point until we got up to it. Don't tell me we're gonna kill Bode too. I don't want to have to kill Bode too. Because, like, that's something I've noticed about Cal, this game. Is he is a lot more willing to just butcher people. Like, yeah, in the last game you swung your lightsaber, you killed stormtroopers. But those are faceless stormtroopers. Anyone with a name and a face... Cal was very, no, don't kill, that's not the Jedi way. Here it's just like, Ravus, enemy, kill. Dagon, enemy, kill. And don't get me wrong, I love that for him. Like, if someone is threatening to kill 100 people, and then you kill them, it's like, yeah, one person's dead, but also 100 are alive. Sometimes you need the kill to save a lot of people. You can pause and read that if you want to. So it's like, glad that Cal has come around to that, but also I don't want to kill Bode. Because I don't think he's bad. I think he's just having a child cloud his judgment a little bit. Very pretty. Hold on, I want to look around. There's lots of shinies. And I like... BD1, you have a light? You could turn the light on, but... Okay. But it is pitch black in here. Trees are cool. Alright, Bode, we've got you outnumbered 3-2. So, cutscene.
BD1.
Hey, Kata. This is Marin. She's a friend.
I'm sorry Papa hurt you.
Yeah.
He said I'd never see you again. What are you doing here?
Kata, your father stole something very important. We're gonna ask him to give it back.
Will you show us the way?
Okay. Follow me. I don't like it here. It's dark and lonely.
You don't have to be afraid. Better?
You're very pretty.
Kata! How did you get here?
It wasn't easy.
You shouldn't have followed us.
Papa, don't!
Stay back, Kata. This is the only way to keep you safe.
She will be safe. I promise, Bode. But listen to me. It's over.
Lay down your weapons.
This planet will be a haven for those hunted by the Empire. Including Kata. And you. But you have to surrender. Now.
Go outside, Kata.
Listen to them, please.
I will decide what's best for my family.
I was so scared that he was gonna shoot Marin. And I was 100% ready to turn and just go, alright, he dies now. If he did shoot Marin. Because limits.
Distract him! I will strike from the shadows.
Because there are limits, Bode.
Not a chance.
There it is. There's the combo. There's the combo. His attacks are fun. I'm sorry. Phase 2. Let me heal. You okay, Bode? You okay, Bode? You don't have to do this, Bode.
You can't beat me, Cal. Right here, buddy.
Again, with the pressing buttons, and then there being just this massive delay. And it's very strange. There we go. And look, I am taking some hits because I don't know his attacks. But some of them, ow. But some of them are because I'll press a button and then Cal will just go, nah, don't feel like it. Like there. Cutscene. I really like that cutscene. Whoa. You cannot be... Bode. Bode. Bode, you cannot be doing that. I was annihilating. I was annihilating. Annihilating. My poor deflect button.
Ready?
Again. Annihilating. Again, enough. Absolutely bullying my poor block button. And Cal just didn't feel like it sometimes. Cal, please.
You should have stayed out of this.
Nope.
Distract him! I will strike from the shadows.
Nope, nope. And now we go through this. I'm literally just trying to exist. What was that? Fuck off. Nope, nope. It's like, if I don't attack, he doesn't have a follow-up. But if I do attack, he does have a follow-up. If I do attack, he has several follow-ups sometimes. And so, it's sort of just an input reader.
Stay away from Kata.
Of... It's like, he makes it look... It makes it seem like... It makes it seem... Oh my god.
That's it. Bleed out.
Bruh. I am bullying. Absolutely bullying. My poor block button. And Cal just isn't blocking. It's ridiculous. There's no reason for it. Again, really good cutscene. but there's some things partially about this fight, partially about the combat in general, that just don't make a whole lot of sense. It's like,
Ready? You know you're weak.
I was spamming the block button. Again, what's the point of that? Again, if I don't attack, then there's no follow-up. But if I do attack, then there is a follow-up. And so it's like, I'm just not allowed to attack even though it looks like I can.
You're not walking out of here alive.
It's ridiculous. And there are times where I block and then he just goes, nah, no fam. Ridiculous.
Don't put this on your daughter.
Bode, we know what it's like to grow up alone.
Please, listen to them, Papa.
All right. And when the Empire comes, will you be able to protect my little girl? I'm sorry, Carter. I tried.
No, Papa!
Stay back!
That's what you get for giving me the gun.
How are you feeling?
better. Thanks.
Good. We should speak. I was not much older than you when I lost my family. For many years I carried this pain. I did not want to feel better.
Why?
I thought if I let go of the pain, I would be letting go of the people I loved. But I was wrong. And one day, I met someone who also lost his family. Together we found another way to survive. This pain is yours. It is part of you.
When my mother died, it changed Papa. And me too, I guess.
Yes. But it does not have to define you. And you must not let it consume you.
You saved my life on Bracca. You let me walk my own path when I needed to. taught me what it truly means to be a Jedi. Now you're gone. We will continue your legacy, Seer. We will build something that can outlast the Empire. I promise you that. I promise. But I'm scared. I almost lost myself. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready for what comes next.
Cal, guide her through the darkness.
Hey, future me here. So, right after this, I'm going to talk about my thoughts and feelings about, first of all, the Bode fight, but also the game in general. But also, the credits are like half an hour, so if you just want to skip to the ending cutscene and whatnot, that's just after the 2-hour mark, so you're free to do that if you want. That's the end of the game. Ooh. I didn't think that was gonna be the end. But I think it ended well. So, I was actually gonna wait for the cutscenes to end and then explain or kind of re-explain kind of the funkiness of the combat along with that specific fight. So the thing about that specific fight that threw me off, there were two things. One was Bo just kind of used a lot of force powers and it didn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, he would just randomly force pull you to him and then just like do a normal attack that he would do anyways, or he'd just like force push you away but then he'd just run at you. Like, it was kind of weird. But then the block when it came to that fight was very, very strange, because sometimes he would do like a 5-hit combo or like an 8-hit combo where, mind you, I have the perk that gives you increased block meter, and I still couldn't block all of it, but also I couldn't parry it. I tried several times, it didn't work. But also I couldn't dodge out of it, so don't really know what I was supposed to do there. It kind of felt like there just wasn't an answer outside of blocking all the shots except for one and then just taking the last one to the mouth, which doesn't feel right. But then there were also some attacks or some combos where he would finish an attack, and if you did not attack, he'd just stand there. Like, he would literally just stand there. He wouldn't do anything. But if you did attack, he instantly had a follow-up. And it's like, you could wait a weirdly long amount of time to guarantee that he was not doing his follow-up attack, and then attack, and then he'd just instantly do his counterattack anyways, even if you waited a weirdly long time. And so there were attacks and combos where it's like, if you didn't attack, then he didn't counterattack, and so he just kind of stood there, which really made it seem like you could attack, but you couldn't, because then he'd just punish you. And it felt so jarring. It felt so weird, and it felt really bad. And then there were also some problems in that fight that aren't specific to that fight, but are throughout the entire game. And again, maybe this is because I'm on PC, maybe this is because I'm using a controller on PC. Who knows, but it's like sometimes, again, this is not consistent at all, which is part of the reason why it throws me off so hard. But sometimes, and only sometimes, there are massive delays between when you press a button and when Cal actually does the action. And there are certain... It's mostly with blocking, and then with parrying, and then doing an attack after the parry. But there are certain actions where you'll press the button, and then Cal just won't do the action at all. And so you have to press the button 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times to get Cal to do the action once. And you might say, oh, well, it's your controller. Your controller's just broken because you keep mashing the buttons. But I use this exact controller for almost every single game that I play. And this is the only game that I have any of these problems with. And I play Fallen Order. I played Fallen Order on console with this same controller. 0 issues. It's only very specifically this game. It's not the controller, because if it was the controller, I'd have these problems on every game. But I don't have them on any other game, just this. Which makes me really think that it's the game. And I play other games on PC with a controller as well, with this same controller. Like, I play Dark Souls 3 with this controller on PC. I play Elden Ring on PC with this controller. I occasionally, not super often, but I occasionally play Overwatch on PC with this controller. No problems. But the cutscenes were very cool. I'm glad that we killed him in the end, because he went off the deep end. I'm glad that we did it with the gun that he gave us. I'm sorry, the blaster. The blaster that he gave us. Because that's just... That came back to bite him. But I think the story... Like, I think the story was good. I think the visuals, when textures decided to load, very good. There were some small details that were amazing, like being able to sit at the bar or rest at it. The customization in, like, Cal's hair, what you were wearing, the lightsaber, all that was incredible. The combat, when it worked as intended, was pretty incredible. Mostly with the one-on-one fights against melee enemies, like Ravis and sometimes Garen, like Dagon Garen. Like the Ravis fight especially, I remember that as being really good. When you threw in multiple melee enemies, or like melee enemies and enemies with blasters, then it kind of fell off a bit. Because I don't think the combat was designed for that. And the flow of the combat became super discombobulated. But the one-on-one melee fights were really good. Now, obviously, I have a lot more exploring to do, so not gonna speak on that. But being able to have a lot more stances, very cool. Because, again, Fallen Order only had like 2, maybe 3, with just single-bladed for most of the game, and then double-bladed on, like, your 3rd trip back to Dathomir. After the whole thing with confronting your former master. And, like, your lightsaber broke and then you had to go fix it. But here, it's like you got single-bladed, you got double-bladed, you got dual-wield, you got blaster, you had crossguard. And I kind of hated on crossguard a bit because of how slow it was. But while going through and playing more and giving it more tries, partially off recording, and doing more like one-on-one fights with it, it does work on one-on-one fights, specifically against slow enemies. It doesn't work against fast enemies at all. Unless, like, maybe you parry spam. But it did work. Like, when the combat decided to work, crossguard worked. And it worked decently. But dual wield was super, super fun. And I was thinking about going back to it, because I thought there was going to be more game. Not upset that there isn't. Not disappointed that there isn't, because we got a decent chunk of game. I mean, this is like 23 parts, I think. With all of them being like an hour or so. So, decent chunk. But I'm definitely gonna go through, do some of the, like, do more explorables, do more of the side stuff, do some more bosses. And I'm probably going to do that with dual wield, because it was just so fun, it was so addicting to use. And dual wield, for me, it felt like it felt like the stance that had the least amount of combat issues. It felt like the one where I pressed the button, Cal did the action the most. It felt the most natural. It wasn't me constantly yelling at the screen, yelling at Cal, because I was annihilating my block button and Cal just wasn't blocking. Like, I didn't get a whole lot of that with dual wield. It felt the most functional. And even without the combat being weird and janky sometimes and buttons not working properly, even without that, it just felt the best to me. And then, like, probably double-bladed under that, and then either single-bladed or blaster, depending on the situation. Blaster for being, like, when there's several enemies. Single-bladed for when there's, like, one to, like, 3 or 4 enemies. But whenever there was, like, a big enemy, like some of the Giga Droids, that's when Blaster felt better. Because you had more range, you had more speed, so it was easier to, like, poke them and then get out of there. Along with using your blaster to shoot down enemies, so you could keep a bit of distance. And maybe this is just me, but crossguard felt the worst. When it worked, like when the combat worked, it didn't feel terrible. It just feels like it feels like so many enemies are fast and crossguard is just so extremely slow that even when the combat worked, even when buttons worked, where I pressed button once and Cal does the action once without a delay or without me having to press it 5 times, even when that worked, it was just so slow that it only worked against really slow enemies, or you had to parry spam. But if you're gonna parry spam, like, why don't you just use dual wield? Or double-bladed. I believe crossguard had some kind of pop-up when you first get it about how you have more block meter. So maybe there's something there. But it's like, we definitely couldn't have used that against Bode at the end because he was way too fast. Or at least he looked way too fast. I don't know, maybe you can. But it's just so slow that it felt very niche. Whereas, like, pretty much everything else, like the other 4 stances, it felt like you could use them against just about everything. Maybe not double-bladed against enemies with lots of fast-acting red attacks, because a lot of its swings are like spinning the blade in circles, which takes a bit, and you can't animation cancel. But outside of that, like, all the other stances felt like you could use them in just about any situation. And crossguard is the only one that didn't feel that way. It was the only one where I ever had to go, okay, what situation is this for? Because obviously they all have their own situations that they excel at. Like, double-bladed is best for deflecting multiple shots. Blaster is best against several enemies. Stuff like that, but it's like you could use the four main ones, I'm gonna call them, in pretty much any situation, even if that's not what they excelled at. But it didn't feel like I could use crossguard in any situation. It was one where it's like, okay, I have to reserve this for where it would excel to make it functional. And even then, because of the combat issues, again, maybe this is just because I'm on PC, maybe this is just because I'm using a controller on PC, I don't know. But because of those issues of some attacks or some button prompts being super delayed, or needing to press them several times in order for Cal to commit the action, because of that especially, it felt borderline unusable. But the other 4 were very much usable, and they were very fun, especially dual wield. And I think I'm gonna go back to it. I'm probably gonna go dual wield and double bladed and just 100% the game on my own time without recording, because that's a lot of running around. It's a lot of checking the map. It's a lot of backtracking. Unless you want to teleport around, but eh. But the way I rank games is 5 out of 10 is mediocre. I know that it's fairly common for like 7 out of 10 to be mediocre, because school system is like 70% is a C. But I do 5 out of 10 as mediocre, because it's the middle. And I'd say this game is like a 6.5, maybe 7. But with just a few small changes, I could definitely see it going up to like a 9. Maybe 9.5. And I'm not even talking about like the textures or changing anything story-wise. I mean, just fix the combat so you can press one button once and Cal does that one action once. Make it to where I don't have to press a button 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times for Cal to commit the action once, or press a button and have like a full second or 2 delay. Because in normal fights, but especially in boss fights where you need good timing, that hurt a lot. And it was very, very noticeable. But just like smooth that out, fix that up. Just make that smooth, and maybe change some of the enemies. not like change any single specific enemy, but just change the combat encounters where it's like, you got 2 droids, and then you got one of the Giga droids, and then you got Purge Trooper in the back who's shooting you, and then you got one of the Gatling gun shooters. It's like there's so much to focus on, and Cal really does not like switching who he's focused on, and you can't really block one person when there's like 3 people attacking you at the same time. So change some of those up, because I would rather have, like, this might sound weird to say, but I would rather have every single combat encounter be like a Ravis level thing, where it's like one just Goliath level melee enemy that takes all of your focus and really pushes how much you can do. I'd rather have that than like one of the normal stormtroopers with the stun baton, like 2 of them, and then like 2 of the robots that'll grab you and punch you in the teeth, and then one of the Giga droids, and then a guy up top shooting you. Like, I would rather have a Ravis level encounter as like pretty much every fight than those, because those are just such a pain and they aren't fun, that I would rather just have a boss. Because bosses generally pretty fun. The bosses were fun. But just those 2 things, just smooth out the combat and change some of the combat encounters to make them feel more natural with how this combat system was designed to be. Legit, just 2 changes, and I could definitely see this game going up on my rankings from like a 6, 6.5 to a 9, 9.5. With just those 2 small changes. And I mean, yeah, there are some smaller things like the frame rate and some of the textures, which should ideally be smoothed out, but I never saw those like outside of fights, outside of the frame rate with fights where it directly affects performance. Outside of that, like during a cutscene where we were flying down from the Mantis onto a new planet and the rocks were like PS1 level graphics, when I saw stuff like that, I never went, oh man, this game, so bad, the graphics and the textures, terrible. I just found it funny. Maybe that's just me, but wonky textures or like frame rate issues. Frame rate issues not nearly as much because they affect performance more. But some graphical stuff, like graphical bugs or issues. I don't know, they don't bother me too much. I just kind of find them funny. It's like, it's just something that you can laugh at. And again, ideally, you'd rather not have those. You'd rather have a very nice, very clean looking game. But I'm not gonna dock off 3 points because flying down onto Kobo, the rock textures in the cutscene were bad. Like, no. I'm good. I wouldn't dock 3 points for that. Like, maybe a quarter of a point for textures. Textures and frame rate, maybe like half a point, but again, for the most part, I just found it funny. Because most of the things where I looked at it and went, I want this to look good, pretty much all those things looked good. Like the Lucre Hulk when we were climbing up to it, or the Shattered Moon when we were flying to it and got to see it from like space, and Tanalorr. Like all those things are things that I wanted to look good, and they looked really good. For the most part, the textures were just like rocks, which I don't really care about looking that good. They're rocks, who cares? So it didn't bug me. Like, the textures didn't bug me, the frame rate issues didn't bug me. The game crashing did a little bit, but again, there was a graphics driver update which fixed that. I'm assuming it fixed it because it didn't happen after that. But the only things that really bugged me were just in combat. Those were the only things that annoyed me. And again, when the combat worked, it was great. It was incredible. I liked it a lot. Which is, like, honestly, the combat, when it worked, along with the customization, the graphics, I mean, when they all worked, along with some of the details, like being able to rest at the bar and talk to all these different NPCs, stuff like that, that's what could bring this game up to a 9.5 for me. Because it's got so much potential. It's just gotta break the, like, one final chain. One or two final chains of the combat not feeling super smooth. You break those 1 to 2 chains, and this game could be flying very high. But having rambled on enough, I'll let this, what's left of it, play out. It's been going on for a bit, but it takes a lot of people to make a game that at least has this much potential. We can go with that.
exactly what we expected. But this place is our home now.
Yeah, Grease. Yeah, I guess it is. Still got a lot of work ahead of us.
It will take time to contact the hidden path.
And find the anchorites.
And build a saloon. I mean, the place is creepy, but it does have franchise potential.
This belongs with you.
It belongs with all of us. What do you think, kid? Should we give it a shot?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Ah, that's the spirit. Oh, that's great. Come on, I'll bet you're hungry. I'll make you something to eat. Did you ever have a scaz stick?
Journey complete. You've reached the end of your journey. However, the galaxy can be freely explored, and there may yet be secrets left to discover. New Journey Plus. New Journey Plus is now available from the main menu. All stances and cosmetics from previous games will be unlocked, along with some new perks and lightsaber colors. Any skill points will also carry over to your new game. New Journey Plus free perks. Purity grants a massive increase in weapon damage for both friends and foes. Warrior replaces standard enemies with new, more difficult combat encounters. Trendsetter randomizes your cosmetics on death. And, oh. Our stim packs and health. Oof. But with that, as is tradition, there's a cliff. We're free to jump off of it. And I will see you in Dark Souls 1.